Hey everybody, we're back. We are live. It is Moon Knight Watch Party and After Show. It's episode episode 4 now that of this series. And welcome everybody into the live room, live chat. We are back. And let me give it up to this guy over here next to me.
Once again, it is me, the J to the E to the double F -ry, and welcome back to the MUSE TV watch party for Moon Knight. So we're at the midway point. We are just at the midway point. After tonight, we will be 4 episodes in with only 2 episodes remaining. So we will be fully caught up to where I already am with the show, having seen the first 4 episodes. Mike has only seen.
No, I saw all 4 now.
So now you've seen all 4.
Yeah.
So we're already ahead. But after tonight, everyone's going to be fully caught up, and everything that happens for the rest of the season or the miniseries will be watching along with the rest of you, wondering what happens next. So last episode. So they went to Cairo and they were searching Egypt for the dig site where I guess they're trying to resurrect Amit, Arthur Harrow, and so Marc Spector and Khonshu tried to put Harrow on trial with the other Egyptian deities in their avatars. That didn't work out. They found Anton Mogart, who had a clue on where to find Amit's tomb. But they needed the stars to be aligned, like when the map to the tomb was made. So Khonshu kind of rewound the stars to like thousands of years ago when the map was created, and of doing that got him imprisoned by the avatars and the Egyptian deities. So now Marc Spector, aka Stephen Grant, aka Moon Knight, cannot access the powers granted to him by Khonshu. So because Khonshu is imprisoned, but they have the location of Amit's tomb, so presumably that's where they will go next. Yep. I heard this ep is a bit controversial. Well,
I haven't heard anything yet.
I don't like the show so far. So
everything
you're gonna find out. Well, no. I just saw Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nicolas Cage, and I had a great time. I just saw The Northman. Northman was an excellent movie. Go to 411mania.com right now and check out my review of The Northman.
Not right now, after the show. After we do the
show, go to 411 Mania and you can read my review of The Northman. Yeah. It's not controversial. It's filled with praise. So if you think I'm negative and I hate everything, I loved The Northman. I liked Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent with Nick Cage.
I want to see both of those. I didn't get it.
All right. So let's check in with our viewers, our chatters right here. We got Marvin Zeke. We got Ultron. Slater the Spider, thank you guys for joining us, and we hope you're going to have a good time tonight.
Yeah.
I heard that too on TikTok, like he is in a hospital or something. I think there's been some marketing material on what we're going to see tonight, and I think there is a bit of that, so I guess we're going to have to find out. Yeah, Marvin, you definitely want to see that movie. You're going to enjoy it. It is an amazing film. Robert Eggers is a genius, tremendous casting, great direction, cinematography, production design. I loved everything about that movie. Well, thank you, Marvin. You're awesome too. Thank you for joining us. So you haven't seen Northman yet, have you, Mike?
No, I haven't. Wasn't invited. Nothing. I was hoping I could see it, but
you know how I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah. How long is this episode? Hopefully longer. I forget how long this one is.
I think it's the same length of an episode as the other ones.
Mostly, like most of the episodes for this show have been 45, 50
Mhm.
minutes. So I feel like it'll be in that range. What else?
Yeah.
So yeah. Any expectations tonight? Anything you feel like you need to see, Mike? You want to see out of this show?
You know, to be honest, I'm just hoping it starts getting to that point where we start learning a little bit more, get to the wrap up type of thing, and see what happens. Slater the Spider wrote, Mike and Jeffrey, since you guys have seen this episode, what would you rate it out of 10 or compared to the other episodes?
Uh, we'll get into that after
Yeah, I don't want to
the
spoil it for you
episode
guys at all.
the episode drops. So,
Yeah,
why don't you run down how we like to do it on the Muse TV watch
yeah,
party, Mike?
since it is 11:35. So here we go. When the show comes out, which will probably be around 11:49, 11:50. For Marvin, I think it's been getting to him a little bit earlier than ours, but at 11:50, 11:49, 11:50, we shut off our cameras, shut off our audio, we watch the show. We all watch it in some ways together virtually in this metaverse that we call. And then as soon as the show ends, we'll turn on our cameras, turn on our microphones, and we will be back to discuss the episode, see what you guys think, have you guys come in, and yeah, and then we'll go from there. And let's go back to the comments since we've got new comments coming in. Jeffrey, I'll read a review after.
Yes, after.
Um,
After the watch party,
yeah,
yes.
Marvin
Not
again.
right now, after.
I want to see more of Mark, not his Moon Knight suit, but himself. I kind of want to see that too.
Okay.
My friend will be joining next week too. Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you later. Next week's going to be an interesting episode because we're still trying to figure out how we're going to do this. Since we'll both be in Las Vegas next week. We may be a little drunk too, so it may be a fun show.
Well,
Uh,
Marvin, maybe you're in a different time zone or country, and that's
yeah,
just the thing.
you know, every time. Sid Vid, why Doctor Strange don't care what is happening in Moon Knight like they are playing with Sun?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Did you see the end of Spider-Man No Way Home? Doctor Strange has he's got a lot of problems on his plate after he and Peter Parker
Mhm.
royally screwed the universe. So,
Well, have you heard the theory about that now?
what theory?
That when Doctor Strange put the spell, that it's not just Tom Holland's Peter Parker they don't remember. It's all the like Tobey Maguire's and Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker that they don't remember when they get back. That it went across the
I don't care.
board. Hey, I'm just saying.
Hey,
Wait, so what's
maybe Becky Lynch is the GOAT.
maybe
Maybe Becky Lynch was on last week's episode.
he
GOAT.
never know.
GOAT. Ha ha
Wait,
ha
so what's
ha.
going to happen to Khonshu?
Well, right now
Guardians be released.
in prison. He's imprisoned in Stone, so that's all we know so far.
Yeah. Okay,
Oh,
let's
that
go.
was we did see the Thor trailer. That was a good
Yeah.
trailer.
I actually really like it. I was surprised on how good it looks like it's gonna be. I wish I could see more, but it is a teaser, so hopefully we'll get a full trailer in the next couple weeks. Drunk Mike would be so funny. Oh shoot, you would just wait till next week. Because CinemaCon they have a party after every day of the convention, and you really don't have to pay for booze. And it's hot and it's pretty good booze. So
So, Mike, if you can, we have so Marvel did reveal some collectibles for
oh
the
they did?
show. Yeah. So
There
we
you
have
go.
the Marvel Legend. We got the Marvel Legends, Moon Knight, and Mister Knight variations.
Okay, let me
That'll be
pull
part
that
of the
up.
Marvel Legends series.
I need to figure out how to add you to this so you could do this too.
Mm. And I think they're going to be doing Hot Toys collectibles. They're going to be doing Funko Pops. I think they revealed some
Here we go.
Funkos as well. But these are the Marvel Legends series. So this will be in the same wave with Kate Bishop and Hawkeye, Clint Barton. And the Build-A-Figure piece is the Infinity Ultron figure.
Hmm.
What is the role of Guardians of the Galaxy in Thor? Sidvid. I don't know, Sidvid. It looks like they're there. I mean, Thor left. He left planet Earth with them at the end of Endgame,
Mhm.
so maybe he's been traveling with them for a while.
Well,
I guess we'll have to see.
did you hear talking about Guardians of the Galaxy? Ride testing has already begun for cast members at at Epcot for the new Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind.
Oh, that's right. I saw the preview for that. That one looks really cool.
I'm waiting for ride video. I'm
So
shocked
this
there hasn't been anything come out yet.
wait, so this is the one for Orlando, right? Or is
Yeah,
it
for
okay?
Orlando at Epcot Center.
Because I thought they were gonna do um the escape. What's the other one? The Guardians Escape.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think it's a little different over there because the Tower of Terror is built differently in Orlando, and it actually has the actual elevator moves out of the shaft and goes.
Mission Breakout. I
Yeah,
thought Mission Breakout was going to go to Orlando, but it only stayed at California Adventure.
and Paris. Oh no, Paris still has
But it's
Tower of
still
Terror.
Tower. So basically, it's still Tower of Terror in Orlando, is it not?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
still Tower of Terror. Yeah, I want to see ride video as well. I'll try. I really thought somebody would have leaked some ride video,
Huh.
but nothing.
Is Anaheim gonna get Cosmic Rewind?
No, no. What we may get, from what I'm hearing, is that we may get the Tron light cycle run here in Anaheim, which in some ways,
Welcome to 40 years ago.
yeah,
Like Tron. Come on, man.
yeah. Marvin,
You
Mike,
haven't
and
done
Jeffrey,
the
what are
last time they did something with Tron was literally 2010.
yeah, yeah. Mike and Jeffrey, what are you more excited for? Multiverse of Madness or Thor? And
Multiverse of Madness, because I'm curious to see what Sam Raimi does with the MCU.
mhm.
Um, Sam Raimi working with Doctor Strange, and what's going on with Wanda, what's going on with Doctor Strange. You know, we haven't seen Mordo in a while, so I'm more immediately I'm interested in that film and what's going on and what we're just sort of advancing the storylines of the MCU.
Yeah. I'm kind of more looking for Multiverse of Madness as well. Thor is going to be like, I have a feeling from just the trailer that it's going to be that relief movie after a long Multiverse of Madness. But
I think once we get the ball rolling on X-Men
mhm,
and Fantastic Four, I will be more excited about that.
yeah, yeah,
I kind of I kind of feel like this whole phase is just kind of I feel like we're in a holding pattern
mhm,
until we can really get to the big guns. Um, I think Endgame was maybe a little too effective
mhm,
because we're kind of I don't want to say we're doing filler characters, but we're doing a lot of characters, you know, a lot of lesser known
mhm.
we're getting into more obscure lesser known characters now.
Yeah,
And there's
exactly.
nothing wrong with that. It's just that uh it's because they were going through the Fox merger
Mhm.
and they couldn't touch the Fox characters until the merger was done.
Yeah,
So and then they're trying to launch Disney Plus with all these shows as well.
exactly. Let me get to the comments. Orlando is better than California in terms of rides.
I agree.
Marvin, I think California has some great rides.
It
Um,
does.
I think the difference, I think Orlando does win out with Epcot. Well, MGM Studios is okay.
Okay, but
Epcot
have
seems
you
to-
ever been to Islands of Adventure, Mike?
oh yeah,
That's the best.
yeah, that's awesome. I went in 2019 and I got on that Hagrid's motorbike adventure. Oh, that was the best roller coaster I had
But
been on.
even though it's been around like 20
Mhm.
years now,
Yeah.
Marvel Island and Islands of Adventure,
Mhm.
that Spider-Man 3D is amazing.
Oh yeah, it is. It's really
The
good.
Doctor Doom Tower, and then you have The Hulk roller coaster.
Yeah.
Amazing rides.
Yeah, I agree. Sidvid, I don't get the promotion strategy of Marvel for Thor: Love and Thunder.
What do you not get, Sidvid?
I could see the release of when they teased it because it
Maybe
seems
they waited maybe
a
they
little.
waited too long.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
Sid,
the only thing I can think of.
if you could explain a little bit more, because I'm thinking that's the route. Marvin Gore, the God Butcher, about to go crazy in this new movie. I'm excited for more.
I mean, that's one thing. We haven't seen any of Christian Bale as Gore the God Butcher and
Yeah,
what he's all about.
exactly. I wonder how they will introduce mutants to the MCU. I heard I was watching John Campia's show, and he had an interesting theory in the show, and I'll
Okay.
talk about that later once we get caught up. Do you think
What's
Doctor
your
Strange, MOM, and Thor 4 are connected? No, I don't think they're connected on those two. Jeffrey?
I think they're connected in the sense they're in the Marvel universe, but I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Ant-Man 3 coming up to next year. Yep, that's coming out soon. Quantum Mania. I want to see the X-Man. True.
I mean, they're gonna get there. They're gonna get there at some point. It's a
And I
matter of
agree.
time.
And this is the one that I agree with most of all. Slater the Spider. Sony needs to stop making superhero movies.
Amen.
So agree. Uh Sidvid, will Loki season 2 come before Ant-Man 3?
Oh, well, when is Ant-Man 3 coming out?
Next year.
So Ant-Man 3 is July 28th, 2023.
Mhm.
Loki season 2. Have they even started filming?
No, not that I know of. I haven't heard anything.
I'm trying to
Mhm.
backstage. I'm Googling information on season 2.
Yeah. So while you're Googling,
Uh
the idea that was said on the show is the fact that Wanda had trapped the X-Men in a cartoon realm, and those are the X-Men
how
1980.
would she do that and how would she even know about them?
I don't know, but they're saying
That
that
makes no sense.
Sokovia was a spell that made people believe that it was
That makes no sense.
exactly, but it sounds good
No, it
since they're
doesn't.
doing because they're coming out with X-Men 1989 again or whatever they're doing. I don't know if
Wait,
they're
what? It's
well, remember
X-Men 97.
97,
That's the animated series.
yeah, 7, 89. I don't remember. Shoot.
Just mutants just start popping up and we didn't see them before. It's not a big deal. Everyone there's no theories, okay? Why do we need theories? Everyone is overthinking this.
Yeah,
There's no
it's Marvel. Of course, they're gonna braze
the
over.
characters are just going to show up and they're going to be there. That's how it should be.
What?
Was there a theory about
Maybe so.
Shang-Chi and where's Shang-Chi been all this time?
Well, is it
Where's
so
the
it's
10
gonna be
ring
like a bachelor party and the stripper comes out of the cake and there it is?
like the 10 rings have been around since Iron Man, but we didn't see Wen Wu until last year.
Yep, exactly. Let's go down. I think this is where I left off. Islands
Yes,
Adventure is amazing. Yes, it is.
it is.
They have a Doctor Doom tower. Yep.
Yep,
Do you guys think Christian Bale is a good actor? I
most
think so.
definitely. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Moon Knight.
He's got the awards.
Yeah. I think Moon Knight and the gods and Thor might be connected. I don't know because of the gods. The episode is up for Marvin. Does it shock you now that the episode is up for Marvin at this point?
Well, it is 11:49, so we're right around that
Yeah.
magic.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Marvin's I don't know, maybe Marvin's in an odd part of the world where it's like a minute ahead of 10.
Maybe he just has that nice special touch with Disney.
Yeah, maybe Marvin is Jeremy Slater. Who knows?
Exactly.
Marvin, are you Jeremy Slater?
Let's go. How do you get the episode so fast?
He could work on the show for all we know. We don't know who Marvin truly is.
Ultron, I'm excited for Black Panther.
Yeah.
Sidvid, I hope Sony will not suck at Amazing Spider-Man 3. Trust me, they will.
Well,
I want to see how they introduce the X-Men and mutants. I'm curious about that too.
all right. So let's check. Let's
On
check Disney Plus now. I think we're right around.
Yep, we got the episode.
All right, so we're gonna go on mute for a while, and we will be back once the episode is over, folks. So enjoy and stay tuned for more of the MUSE TV Watch Party from Moon Knight.
We're just gonna be waiting on Jeffrey right now to come on board, and he's here right now. So let's get to the comments real quick.
What the hell was that?
That episode was insane, literally.
Yeah, no kidding.
What the F?
The Tomb.
What did I just watch?
The Tomb. Anybody? Anyone? I mean,
first of all,
where did the mummy come from? Can anyone explain? I mean, I know that
a couple times they made it.
Why does a mummy just come out of nowhere and like, what was it, performing like a sacrificial ritual? Like, if he can do that, why doesn't he, like, if Haro summoned that mummy or created that or whatever, why doesn't he just summon like 10 mummies to deal with? Like, Spector can't even summon Moon Knight right now. He can't even talk to Khonshu. He's cut off.
Yeah.
Like,
what
the hell does anyone know what just happened? What is this? Where is Moon Knight? The show is called Moon Knight. Where is Moon Knight?
I really don't know, but this episode, like episode 1, I was confused. This one, I'm even more confused.
I get like he's like in a delirious, like near-death state, and he's like hallucinating. And I guess he's getting help from the hippo goddess Tawaret. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing that. That's what that was, like an Egyptian goddess at the end, Tawaret. And I guess she's going to help Mark and Steven. I mean, we did kind of find out how Mark created Steven, because that little like cheesy video movie about Stephen Grant. So it's a personality he created.
Yeah.
Probably to do whatever, to look for the scarab compass or something, and to unlock, the secrets of Amit. But I didn't like this episode.
Yeah,
the show is meandering to me, and it's just like not very fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And Sonu, you're not the only one.
That mummy sequence was just weird. Like, to just throw in a mummy and like not really set it up. It wasn't set up very well, because like it just kind of like came out. It just came out of nowhere. I know they're in like a tomb. I get that, but like it's a mummy. Yeah. And suddenly the mummy is like cutting that guy. Like, why is the mummy cutting that guy open? Like, why is Haro sacrifice? I guess it's a sacrifice or something, but I don't understand like why he's doing that right now, because they're supposed to be looking for that little statue of Amit they found in the sarcophagus, right?
Yep.
So how does the mummy dissecting that guy? I don't get anything that happened tonight.
Yeah.
I don't get what's going on anymore. I get what was going on with the whole mental institution thing at the end. Like, I get like what was going on there, but I don't know, to do this in episode 4 and to just I wanted to watch a Moon Knight show, and I feel like we really haven't even done that yet.
Yep.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah. Same here.
This show has just left a bad taste in my mouth. It's not how I wanted to feel. I really wanted to like this show. This was my most anticipated Marvel show ever.
Yeah.
Really, in years. And I'm just not. I'm struggling I'm struggling with this show, Mike. I just don't know what else to say.
I just don't know where the directions are going. I loved the way that was headed, and this episode just fell apart for me. I just don't know where they're going with it. I don't.
I think where they're gonna go with it is like he's in this dreamscape or something. He meets the hippo goddess Tawaret, and I think Tawaret is going to help them somehow.
Mhm.
Maybe help them free Khonshu and get his powers back or something.
Yeah.
It was not a good episode. This
Uh,
show is to me the show's gone off a cliff. Like I want to get the mental psychosis stuff,
mhm.
but the way they've done it, I think they lean too hard into the Egyptian mythology. I
Yeah.
don't think that's something they should have done for the first season or the first
Mhm.
miniseries.
Yeah. I agree.
Just because I don't really feel like we're getting like the real cool, proper Moon Knight stuff to really get us excited and really get us into this character and get us behind this character.
Yeah.
Now, just so you know, like back at D23, I remember Kevin Feige saying something like, "This is going to be like Indiana Jones," and I
Mhm.
remember thinking at that time, like Indiana Jones and Moon Knight. I was like, "Huh?"
Mhm.
And then I didn't think much of it, but
Yeah.
that should have been a red flag.
Yeah.
Um, because when I think Indiana Jones, I think fun, I think action packed, action adventure, and I'm just not really getting that. I just don't really get that from this show or this set of characters either.
Yeah. Exactly. And it doesn't even feel like an Indiana Jones. It feels more like the Mummy.
I mean, it's not even as fun as the Mummy, honestly.
Yeah, the Mummy. At least I laughed a couple times, and it was.
But
It
like you
was
literally
fresh.
had a mummy, like a mummy
Yeah.
monster show up and like where it was stalking Steven and Layla. And I'm like, like, why does he have like where is this mummy coming from? Why did he summon a mummy?
Mhm.
Why is the mummy dissecting one of his followers? For what purpose?
Mhm.
Like, why is he sacrifice like at
Yeah.
that time?
There's
Like
no backstory to it. That's the thing.
it's
It's just
not set
happened.
up. It's not set up or established or explained well at all.
Mhm.
Like at least okay, at least when we saw the jackal creature, like we can at least kind of see like okay, he has a magic cane, he can summon monsters. So maybe he summoned the mummy, but I don't get like why it's there.
Unless the
I
fact
don't
is that
understand. I don't understand. It
yeah, it
wasn't done
doesn't make
well.
any sense, even if I try to rationalize it and say that, "Oh, yeah, they had to sacrifice somebody in order to get past a certain place in that tomb to go to the god." But but it's that's something I'm just
But
building
they
out of my head.
but
They don't
but
explain that.
Layla and Steven or Mark didn't need they didn't need uh,
Mhm.
I don't understand.
No. And that's the thing, like,
This show isn't good,
nuh
and I'm disappointed.
yeah. You have great actors and they're being underused.
I feel like this show catfished me.
Yeah.
And I'm not like Kevin Feige, you should be ashamed of yourself, but I feel like Kevin Feige, I think you kind of went the wrong route with this show,
Mhm.
at very least for the first season. Or
Yeah.
the first or for the introduction of Moon Knight, you went the wrong way.
Mhm. I
I
agree.
mean, it seems like the viewers agree.
Yeah. Everybody who's been commenting, one, they're all confused. We're all confused here. We're all lost. We're
I
all
think
in the same boat.
the only thing I really got from this episode
Mhm.
was I think so we know Mark was involved with the death of Layla's father,
Mhm.
which is consistent like some of that backstory is consistent with the comics. And we have some idea of how he created Steven.
Mhm.
Steven is an alter persona he created, I guess, to study Egyptian mythology, Egyptian um, hieroglyphics. Um, to help them with to help, I guess, just uncover the scarab and keep it away from Harrow, and then it just went badly.
Yeah.
Okay, someone please explain the end. So my understanding is that was like one of the Egyptian deities who was going to help them, like a benevolent
Mhm.
Egyptian deity called Tawaret, Tawaret, and I think Tawaret is going to help them escape this dreamscape they're stuck in, whatever they're stuck in.
And I'm sorry, I'm with Marvin. I am so confused that that doesn't even help me.
Like, what are you confused about?
The whole like, okay, from the mummy for one,
Okay,
all the way to the last scene,
okay.
just
Well,
is
I
not.
think like Mark was shot, and I think he's like stuck in this dream state between life and death,
Mhm.
where, and I guess Khonshu in the last episode said, when, like, after I'm in prison, tell Mark to come and find me. So I guess while they're in this dreamscape, they have to find Khonshu and free Khonshu
Mhm.
at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that the hippo I think was an Egyptian goddess, and I think she's going to help them,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
I just I I think doing the mental psychosis, doing the dissociative identity disorder, mixed in with the Egyptian mythology as the backbone of this story, I think that was a mistake
Yeah.
because I think it's just too much. I
Mhm.
think you needed I think you needed like Mark Spector, Stephen Grant, like billionaire playboy, whatever, dealing with this in more like street level city urban crime, and not like this foul mummy Indiana Jones type plot.
Yeah. I'm
Well,
just
I'm just
5
look,
minutes later.
I
Uh,
have a rough idea. I have a rough idea of what went on here. I'm just asking like what people did not understand so I can maybe better put it together, cuz even though I kind of understand what happened, I don't like it, and I'm
mhm.
just kind of like, what are they doing here? Cuz
I'm
it's
just I'm just like, this whole thing just fell apart. It makes no
like,
sense. There's no setup to anything. It's just like,
now look,
"Oh, here's a month."
WandaVision was definitely a slow burn show,
Yeah.
but I think the reason WandaVision worked for me was I felt like we were going somewhere with each chapter, you
Yeah.
know? I felt like we were progressing and we were learning new things, and and eventually it got to a big climax. Here I'm just like, this isn't fun, this isn't interesting, and it's not, and I think Oscar Isaac is a great actor. And I
Mhm.
think with a better script he could have done a great job, but this is not well written.
Yeah.
The totally wrong direction to start.
That's the thing. It's just like WandaVision, a lot of their problems were editing. To me, a lot of the
Okay.
problems with that show was editing. This one, the problems are not editing, it's writing. And if you have bad writing and you have bad direction, it's gonna suck and you're gonna have problems. And this show has a problem with its writing and
This
telling the story.
this episode I rank it like 3 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, we have Marvin's rating, and that's 2.5 out of 10. And
What's your rating, Mike?
I give it a 2 out of 10, to be
It
honest. I'll go
wasn't,
lower than Marvin.
and it's not that I think the show should have been TVMA or anything like that. It's just
It doesn't know what it
it's,
wants to be.
yeah, I agree.
That's the problem. It doesn't know what the show is supposed to be, what it wants to be, where it's going. It doesn't know anywhere on where
Because
A to B is
Kevin
going.
Feige, I think, had this vision from the beginning.
Mhm.
I think he wanted the adventure kind of, because he said Indiana at D23, he said Indiana Jones. So I think he had this idea of like Egyptian artifacts and archaeological digs and things like that, archaeology. I think he had that vision from the beginning. So I just don't know why. I don't know why he wanted that with Moon Knight, because I don't. Because yes, he is in service to Khonshu, and Khonshu is like this Egyptian god of the moon. I get that. But to me, that's like not the focus of Moon Knight or his stories or his adventures. I mean, his first appearance in Werewolf by Night, there wasn't anything related to mummies or Egyptian mythology. All that came later in later stories.
Yeah, Slater ranked the episode 3 out of 10.
Mm.
Ultron gave it a better score of 5 out of 10. I like they tried something new, but again, very confusing.
You can't just like throw a mummy in there cold, because even though we know that Arthur Harrow can like summon like monsters, and like even though they're in an Egyptian tomb, like oh, suddenly there's a mummy walking around. Like, what is it doing there? What's going on? Why why is there just one mummy? Why wouldn't like just one mummy was pretty hard for Layla to deal with. Imagine if they had to deal with a whole group of mummies, right, Mike? I mean, why
not
3? Why not 5 or 10? Why was that one mummy just walking around, and what was it doing?
It's just
was Arthur like, hey mummy follower, dissect this guy, put his organs in a jar, and we're gonna offer them to Amit? Like, what is? I don't get that.
Yeah, Marvin, I don't get the goal of what Marvel is trying to achieve with this show. And I agree. Like that whole mummy thing, like we have no setup. Like if I didn't read I haven't read the comics, didn't know much about Moon Knight. You know more than I do.
Some of this is like the Lemire run, but it's not.
But I don't know how
it's weird.
I don't know how that Harrow could summon monsters or mummies.
Well, yeah, we did. We saw him summon the jackal.
Yeah, jackals are one thing. Mummies are a different story.
Well, we never saw him summon this mummy. It was just there.
Yeah.
We're assuming he summoned the mummy or awakened it.
Do
we know for a fact that he did? I don't know.
It's just the setup, the story, and the way they're progressing the story. It just is a mess.
Like, I'd be fine if the show was bonkers, but to me, it needed to be bonkers in a different way.
Yeah.
It needed to be like, I wanted it to be like psychological, like because Mark has DID, he doesn't like know what's real and what's not. Like, is he really Moon Knight, or is he just imagining everything? Kind of like it would be maybe like a little bit weird, a little bit trippy, like David Lynch or something.
Yeah.
And maybe that would have even been too much, but I don't know.
Yeah. And it's funny because I'm reading. I went up to before I read this and I go into my thing, Slater's Spire. I agree, Mike. Where did this mummy come from? Like what? Yes.
Well, they are in a tomb, so I guess they have mummies in the tomb.
Yeah.
But how did it come to life? Did Arthur bring it to life? Why did Arthur do that? What purpose is it serving? Why is it dissecting one of the followers? Like, why? I don't understand. Like, that is, I didn't like that.
I love the fact on Twitter, I'm going through Twitter right now, somebody posted Moon Knight episodes 4 spoilers. What the fuck is happening? That was from Ethan, Moon Knight spoilers. We have now gone through 3 episodes of Moon Knight without Stephen Grant saying laters gators. I'm utterly distraught. This is just
I don't know what to me, there's, and I'm not trying to be a jerk, but I definitely feel like there's like a bit of Emperor's no clothes thing going on with this show. The Emperor has no clothes.
Yeah.
Because like some of those early reactions, like, I don't like, I'm not seeing the genius here. Like, I see I see some good stuff.
Mhm.
I definitely see some good stuff, but nothing is adding up and nothing is really satisfying.
Yeah. I
And
have
nothing
one.
feels and nothing feels like Moon Knight and nothing feels like Marvel here.
Yeah. And another one is saying, "I already know that's Jack Lockley inside that tomb." And that was the tomb in
Yeah, I
Secret
think
Service.
that's I think because he got Steven out of one, and it
Mhm.
looks like there's like a third alter at work because like in the last episode, like they were like, who did all this? It wasn't me. It wasn't me. So I guess that's Jake Lockley, his third alternate personality, his third alter.
And that's just an assumption too, that just like we're all doing.
But here's the problem. We're 4 episodes in now, so we only have two left.
Yeah.
So now we're throwing in Jake Lockley with only 2 episodes to go. And there's not really a lot of time left to really because we only have 6 episodes.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're not this is not like a 13 episode season, so there's not really enough time to really explore all this stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm
And that's
just
why when you're doing 6 episodes, you keep it simple, stupid. There you go. Get it through.
I just think I would have had maybe one episode of like stuff like this. Just
Mhm.
one.
Yeah.
And then the rest is like Mark is in New York or a big city and he's like he thinks he's going crazy, but he's also like fighting crime and
Mhm.
he's you know, it's got a bit of an edge to it. Like he's like an he's a vigilante, he's a crime fighting vigilante, but he's like a bit more unhinged than
Yeah.
like say Daredevil or Batman.
Yeah. Marvin agrees with me. Yes, Mike, keep it simple. It's like I just don't get where they're going to and how this is all going to wrap up in 2 episodes.
And none of the Moon Knight fights have been all that inspiring to me. Like
Mm.
we've seen Moon Knight, we've seen him in the costume, and it's never been all that what I was hoping it would be.
How many
It's
times have we
weird.
seen Moon Knight in this episode, in this series so far?
I
Like
guess
one,
I
two,
guess three.
the three each of the
Or
first
I
3
guess
episodes.
four if you count the sky stuff, but
Yeah.
none of it's really been what I was hoping for.
Ultron. Yeah, I wanted more street level stuff, not godlike crazy stuff.
Like, cause that's really like the Egyptian mythology is never like other than Khonshu, it's never really been a major aspect of this character's history.
Yeah. Like I was expecting a better show. This show is just this episode just solidified that I'm just like throwing
Where did that mummy like where what was the mummy doing there? Like why did it just come out of nowhere? I
it.
think they were trying to do something like scary and horrific, but it just fell flat on its face.
Yeah. The whole thing was just I don't know. It's so hard to talk about because it was so disappointing. I'm so lost. I don't know where the writing is. I don't know where the direction is. I don't know who in the hell allowed this to freaking go on. It's just ridiculous. And from looking at what other people are chatting, at least we're not the only ones in this forum in this show that are feeling the same way.
I'm just like ticked off. And like and even just seeing Mr. Knight was like a rotten carrot. Like it's a cool look and everything and it's a cool costume, but the way they used it in this show is just disappointing.
And that's the thing with me. I'm just
Mm.
I'm already
Yeah, I mean we have 2 more episodes left, but I mean but we're going week to week, so that's kind of like why I wonder like is weekly the right thing to do for every streaming show? You know what I mean?
Mhm. I think it can be, but you got to do it right. Have to do it right. You have to make sure everything lines up, everything is perfect. You edit correctly, you put everything in. in
Like
order for it to work.
Peacemaker. I think you would agree for Peacemaker, the weekly they did the first 3 episodes, but the weekly format mostly worked for Peacemaker at 8 episodes. Would you agree?
Yeah, and it was done right.
And the boys.
Yeah, because it's done. Each episode is targeted as their own episode, but yet it's a continuation of a story. This is
But
one story that they cut. That they shot this all at one time, like a movie, and they cut
I don't
the.
even know how I don't know how they shot this, like, but I'm wondering if the last 2 episodes will leave us with a better impression, and if that's the case, then I don't think the weekly format,
Mhm.
like, let's say hypothetically, let's say the next 2 episodes are just spectacular, right? What if they are, would it have been the right thing to do this weekly? I don't think so.
Yeah. Uh, Slater is asking, Wait, have you guys seen episode
No,
5? No, we
we're
only
caught up.
episode
We're
4.
caught up to
Yeah,
episode
they
4 right
only
now.
they only allowed us 4 episodes to
Yeah.
watch, and that's about it. Why is there a 6-episode count for every series? Why does it have to be 6?
Because
Why
they're they're mini series. That's how they envision these shows. I mean, WandaVision was what, 9?
Yeah,
Because the
right.
first ones were shorter.
Mhm. No.
Because that's how they conceived and budgeted these shows. That's
Yeah,
just how they did it.
exactly. Get bigger stars, bigger names, shorter schedules.
Yeah,
Sort of
that probably had something to do with it.
yeah, exactly, and that's what they wanted to do. Shoot it like a movie, cut it into a series. That's what it
But
looks like.
this is not a very good movie though.
No, it's not. It's not. Even if you put the episodes together and you saw them back to back, it doesn't make sense. It only shows the importance of good writing, the importance of good editing, because obviously the show does not have either one, and direction too. And I don't know where the directors were going with the series at all. I don't think they even had a clue. I, it just doesn't. And for Kevin Feige to green like this kind of makes him look bad.
Yeah, well, because I'm confused because this is kind of what he saw for this show from the very beginning.
Hmm.
So I'm like, I don't I would have like argued. I probably would have been shot down, but I would have argued and challenged him why he wanted to do Moon Knight this way.
Hmm.
But
Yeah.
whatever.
Slater, the
I just,
director's messed up on this series. I agree.
it's not necessarily the directors. It's Jeremy Slater. He's the showrunner. I mean, he's the
Yeah.
head writer.
Hmm.
So
Yeah. So I don't know. How does this fit into the MCU?
does
I
it even
don't know
matter?
how
Does
it
it even
does.
matter at this point?
Exactly. But I don't know how it fits. I really don't. I don't even think it does fit into the MCU. This episode was better than episode 3, Sid Vid.
Was it?
Was
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so either.
Even though not a lot happened in episode 3.
Yeah. I have to that's the one time I actually disagree with somebody in the comments. This whole but it just wasn't. Especially, you know what's disappointing is that after a busy Monday and Tuesday, we're looking forward to this episode to drop, and we get this.
Like my vision for Moon Knight would be like if the Avengers have a meeting and he shows up, they're like, "Man, this guy's a little crazy. I don't like I want like the Avengers should be like, this guy's a little crazy. I don't know about this guy." That kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know, but he's also reliable and good in the fight, so we want him on our side. Like that's kind of what I want out of Moon Knight,
Mhm,
and I wish we could get to that point or
mhm.
something.
I was very
I
actually
don't know.
looking for that.
I'm curious because like the reception like early on was mostly positive for this show. Don't you think, Mike?
Yeah, but
I don't know how people feel after this episode.
If the
But
if the shills are still saying how great this episode is,
I don't want all right,
it
I don't
doesn't
wanna
look
talk but, like,
it looks bad.
here's
But
the
it's like
thing,
this, come on.
the critics saw the same 4 episodes we did. The
Yeah.
review
Well,
and
some
it
of
got 87.
let's be honest, Jeffrey, not all of them are really critics.
Okay, but here's the other thing. Not all those critics know the comics like I do, or they don't follow the comics or Marvel like we may have. So they may just be I submit to the idea that they may just be looking at it a different way. But
Well,
it
if that's
seems
the
we
case, that's the case.
all right.
No wonder that you
I'm
think
not
they're
gonna call a bunch of reviewers shells because I think that's just lazy.
well,
I'm
you know
sorry.
what? I will because some of them, so it's like they always say, "What do you? If you're not good at something, what do? You become a critic." And a lot of them are film
Well,
students who
thank
did,
you. Well, thank you. I
you know.
resemble that remark.
Yeah, but you actually freaking have a point that actually makes sense, and you could see it as an artistic, as a if you're a
Film
film
student,
student,
film
it's a,
student, film student, graduate UT Austin,
yeah,
now a film critic.
yeah.
But
But the difference is,
I've always been into film criticism since I was a student.
yeah. But because see, like it's hard for me to be good about this when you see you see things that could have been changed and make a lot more sense that could have made this show better, especially this episode.
I mean, to me, the one thing I would probably keep is Oscar Isaac. Is the one thing I would keep,
Let's see,
and
even
I
Marvin
would
this one.
I would wipe I would wipe everything else away, and
Yeah,
maybe and F. Murray Abraham as Conchu. I would maybe keep that.
yeah. I fell out. Look at Twitter. Everyone is confused. I'm gonna watch breakdowns. Some of those critics don't want to make Marvel mad, and that is true.
I
If you're
mean,
not good at something,
I posted a tweet saying I was disappointed.
yeah, because and you know what? In this day and age, a lot of them don't want to make Marvel mad. Don't want to make it because then they
I
won't
mean,
be invited anymore. But I
I mean
can't do
that
that.
I can't worry about that, you
Yeah,
know?
like I can't do that. Like I have to be honest. I have to tell how I see it and how I feel, and I'll tell it to somebody's face. And I don't care if you don't invite me. You haven't invited me recently, so I don't really
To
care.
me, but here's the difference. I'm not gonna be like a reactionary kind of I'm not gonna trash something just to trash something. And
Mhm.
I'm always gonna try to come from a place of constructive criticism. I'm always
Yeah.
but like Sonic the Hedgehog. I
Mhm.
liked Sonic the Hedgehog too,
Yeah.
but there were parts about it that just don't work for me, and just like the human segments with the human characters don't work for me at all, and the wedding subplot was terrible. And I put that in my review, and I sent that to the Paramount publicist, and they seem to be okay. I mean, they seem to be okay with it, but I can't lie, you know? I have to be
Well,
honest.
it's like when Disney came out with the Lone Ranger. I didn't. There was things I liked about it. I love the
Okay.
cinematography of it. I did not like Johnny Depp as Tonto, and I was
Right.
very adamant about that. I was Army Hammer was okay, but it's like I love the way it was shot. I thought they really
Okay.
did a. It was a nice story to the Southwest
I
American.
liked the William Tell overture
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Hearing that
And
was
then
fun.
like with
But
Maleficent, I didn't like that at all.
that movie was way too like Lone Ranger was way too long, and they give it like all that framing and like too many prologues.
Yeah.
Too much. It was a bloated movie.
Mhm. I love you guys and your reaction, genuine and honest, unlike other critics. Yeah, some critics are D writers for Marvel, TBH. The power is in the hands of the critics and the fans. I really don't know where this show is going now. And see, that's the perfect way to end this show. And I agreed with Sid. I don't know where the show is going. If it's gonna recover, it's gonna have to be a good, like it's like you're down 10 runs and you're friggin' just like in the World Series and you're gonna have to hit 11 to win the game in the ninth inning. You better be going for those 11 runs right off the bat, because if not, there's nothing you could do to save this. 5-6 is, I don't know how you could save it.
Like, I think I liked Loki. I thought Loki generally worked.
Oh yeah,
As
so did
I thought WandaVision worked. I think Captain America and Winter Soldier, I think it started off well. I think midway through it kind of fell off.
yeah.
Hawkeye, I think they botched. I think they did too much.
Mhm.
Like, too many subplots, too many characters in Hawkeye.
Yeah.
It's just 6
Mm.
episodes.
So Marvin, can you guys keep us updated at CinemaCon? Yes,
Like,
we will.
that's the plan, because
Yeah.
the episodes drop so late. So I'm guessing as long as we're not
Okay.
unconscious by
Well,
that time, and we're
well,
not,
here's the
as
thing.
long as Mike is not flat drunk and passed out, I think we'll make it happen.
No guarantees on that one.
No
But
guarantees on that one.
especially with the workload I've had recently, it's kind of like a vacation for me. But if it's episode 5 sucks, I say we should take this and we just talk about it. We take everybody on a tour to Vegas. We start at the different bars, have a good time, and there you
Go on a crawl. Go on
Exactly.
a crawl down the strip. A
Yep.
pub crawlers.
Yep. Moon Knight is so bad that we decided to go.
I will, you know.
Uh-huh. Exactly. And next week we actually have we have Hannah coming on board.
And look, just so you know, I'm not gonna like not watch.
Mhm.
It's not like I'm gonna boycott Disney or Marvel over this. I'm disappointed. You know, like Eternals, and I know some people liked Eternals, and that's fine. Like, I was disappointed with Eternals. I didn't really think Eternals was a good movie.
Mhm.
But I liked Shang-Chi. I thought Shang-Chi was a good film
Yeah.
and I enjoyed it. So I
Yeah, I
mean,
like Shang-Chi as well.
whatever.
That was a really good
If you like Moon Knight, have at it. Enjoy Moon Knight. Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. So Sid, Loki is better than any Marvel show.
I thought Loki worked
Yeah,
for the
I
most part.
liked it. I liked it. Marvin, Jeffrey, and Mike, what are 3 things you guys are most excited for CinemaCon? Jeffrey, I'll let you.
I mean, all right. I'm hoping to see. Footage or images for the next Transformers film.
Yeah.
That's one. New footage for the next Mission Impossible movie, or the next 2 Mission Impossible movies.
Mhm.
So that's 2. And I guess what else? Because we just saw the Thor: Love and Thunder teaser today.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to think.
Mhm.
I'm just trying to think like what we saw last year at CinemaCon and what we might see this year. Um, because maybe something with Aquaman.
Yeah. And see,
Because
that's why.
Aquaman's been delayed to next year. I don't
Yeah.
know what's going on with the Flash at this point because of, there's
Yeah.
you guys know what's. I mean, like, you guys are Googling stuff. Like, the Flash is. There's a lot of there's drama. Drama. Yes, Mike.
Yeah, there's drama. Well,
What about you, Marvin? Yeah.
For me, for CinemaCon, if I go by Sony, I'm looking for what they're going to do with Spider-Man, especially Into the
Okay.
Spider-Verse, the sequel into the
Okay,
Spider-Verse.
all right. So there you go. Into the Spider-Verse too.
Like that. When it comes to Disney, I'm hoping they show us Multiverse of Madness, since the week before it comes out. Maybe they'll show us it. Find out a little bit more about, get some even images or some footage from Ant-Man Quantumania.
Okay.
Warner Brothers, I don't know what to expect from them because I don't know what the direction they're going with DC. I'd like to see some Blue Beetle like art and things like that. Want to see what I'm sure we're going to get some more footage from the Flash. Maybe we'll get to see Michael Keaton as Batman in before anybody else does. We are seeing Top Gun. So, next Thursday. So it's either Wednesday or Thursday. We get to see Top Gun. So
That'd be nice.
yeah. So and then they're showing that Ethan Hawke horror film at
Oh,
Cinema.
the black phone.
Yeah. So we get to see that as well.
Okay.
We won't be able to talk about it or review it at that time, but we have to hold off till we get closer. But
You said it, not me. I'm not talking about it.
yeah, exactly. I'm
Okay.
not
So
saying.
are we doing a watch party next week, Marvin? Yes, I believe that's the plan.
Yep.
Yes, would
Except we
love
have except we'll have Hannah Fletcher with us
no.
on Tuesday because she'll be with me covering all these events because we're shooting Muse by Muse, the actual 30-minute show from there. So yeah, she'll be coming onto the show as well. Was there any music in this episode? I didn't even notice it. Uh Ezra's Miller, SMH.
Yeah.
Marvin, so we are doing a watch party next week.
I
Yes,
think
we are.
sounds like that's the
Now,
plan.
where we go with it, I don't know. Maybe Lady Gaga's playing there on Monday. Hopefully, she stays on Tuesday. Maybe we could pull her in. Um, I doubt it, but it'd be nice. Yes, would love to see stuff from Sony and Warner Brothers. Yeah, Sony opens it up, CinemaCon, so we'll be able to. I gotta figure out how we're gonna present everything, but we'll be able to talk about some stuff, definitely. We'll be able to talk about what we saw. We won't be able to show you anything.
All right.
Are you still excited for episode 5? I'm more excited about being in Vegas for episode 5 than actual episode 5.
I'm not really excited. Excited is not the word I would use at this point.
Yeah. Are you and Jeffrey meeting up at CinemaCon? We have no choice.
I mean, we're both going to be there, and
Exactly.
so we're probably going to run into each other.
Anyone you guys are interviewing? Nothing.
Probably not, because I didn't really interview anyone last year.
We did in 2019 for Booksmart.
Okay.
We interviewed Caitlin Dever and what's her name? Who played Caitlin Dever's friend.
I haven't seen Booksmart.
Yeah, we interviewed them, and it's weird. Like after this whole pandemic thing, they really haven't had interviews at CinemaCon because I know not many people last year got interviews. So we don't know. It may just come up as a last minute thing, so we're not sure.
See, some people on Twitter seem to be liking this stuff on Moon Knight this week. So I'm not, look, some people may be liking the show right now. So I'm not, my opinion is not absolute. Don't take my word for it as the absolute word on the show, but I'm just, yeah.
It's the definitive word, not the absolute, the definitive word.
I'm not the definitive. I'm not the definitive word. I'm not.
Sid Vid, Sony is really better at animated movies. They should focus on that more than live action. The Spider-Man animated film was really good. I like that one.
Like I'm seeing, some people seem to be liking all the weirdness that happened this week. So I mean,
Jeffrey, I'm not going to read your review on I'm going to read your review on Northman.
Yes. So now, all right. So now I'm going to get into the plugs. The Northman review is up right now on 411mania.com. Next this week will be the unbearable weight of massive talent with Nicolas Cage, and also The Bad Guys, which I'm seeing tomorrow. So I'm going to a screening of that tomorrow. So all that will be up on 411mania.com/movies later this week. But you can read my review of The Northman right now, please. And you can follow me on Twitter at WillJack83. And I think we're ready. We're about ready to collapse. And I think we can close this one out for the night.
Yeah. Let me read Slater's comment. All right. Well, good night, guys. See you all next week, and keep us updated while y'all are in Vegas. Definitely we will. I'll go read it too. Northman looks so good. And yeah, we're going to be closing the show out for today. Thank you, everybody, for being a part of this. Really appreciate it. Just a couple plugs that we got in from Muse for this week. We have interviews with some of the cast up right now from Mayans for season 4. We're at the premiere yesterday. Coming I'm not sure when we're going to release it, but we have interviews for Star Trek with some of the cast from Star Trek, Strange New Worlds. That's on Paramount Plus. We got that coming out this week. We also on Thursday, 9 a.m., we have an exclusive interview with the director of Lightyear, the new Disney Pixar film. Stay tuned for that. That's going to be dropping, and we have a couple of the behind the scenes workers on that. So that drops on Thursday at 9 a.m., technically 9 a.m., 9:01. Those will be up on Roku and Amazon Fire TV, as well as our YouTube channel. And we have a lot more coming up. Undone. We have Friday. We're doing some fun things with the band War. It's a lowrider themed event with War, Snoop Dogg, and George Lopez, and a couple others. So we got that. So stay tuned. We got a lot coming up, and next week it's going to be even more. So with that, good night. I will talk to you later. Well, before I leave, Marvin Mike MUSE TV is amazing. Loving the interviews. Thank you so much, Marvin. I watched the Alyssa Reyes and the Mayans interviews. They were awesome. Thank you so much, you guys. Ultron, good night. We'll see you next week. And don't forget to watch all our interviews and everything that we got going on. Also, before we forget, a new episode 11 of Hey Han is tomorrow as well at 2:00. We're dropping that episode. So I think that's all the plugs that we have because it's been a lot of work this week. So thank you so much. Good night. And we'll see you next week live from Las Vegas, Nevada for CinemaCon. And that'll be me, Jeffrey, and Hannah Fletcher. We'll all be together to be able to do and watch this episode 5 of Moon Knight. So we'll see you next week.